notice that. Um, okay, so we're recording. I don't even know what today is. It's May 9th. It's the first team call of May. And I don't know if you guys took any time to look at our leaderboard from April, but you guys, it was like when I made it and like added up all the Success Club points, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, we touched a lot of people last month. And that was just the people that actually committed and went all in with a challenge pack or Shakeology or whatever it was they got. Not even those people that we just, reached out to every day to build that relationship. So I can't even imagine what that number would be, but you guys, bravo. Like, I'm so proud of you guys, and that number is incredible. And it's so fun to like watch it grow every month. I remember, I feel like this time last year, we were like, oh my gosh, like 50 people, which is huge. That's huge, right? And now we've almost doubled it. And so I'm just super proud of you guys for continuing to work through some of the difficult times, continuing reaching out, working on yourselves, and helping others. I'm really excited for the call tonight. I know I need a little reigniting of my fire, and there's nothing better that does that than brand new coaches who are absolutely on fire and are rocking their businesses. We've got Summer and we've got Jordan here to kind of tell us a little bit about how they got started, how they have been able to be so successful with these last couple months as brand new coaches, and just kind of give us their little tidbits of what they're doing. So I hope you guys have your notes out. I do. And I'm going to let Logan and Renee introduce them since they are their PS coaches, and then we'll hand it over to you girls. So Logan, if you want to introduce Jordan first, and then Renee, you can introduce Summer, and then we can go.
Okay, so I'm super excited to officially introduce Jordan to all of you. She has honestly been like popping on these calls since like the first day that she signed up as a coach, which was April 1st. So she's been doing this for just barely over a month. But how long have we been talking before then? Because we didn't just start talking like in March. I feel like I remember talking to you back when I was in South Carolina on our leadership retreat with Megan. So this was a relationship that's been building, over time. So all of you guys just keep that in mind, like I didn't just pull this rock star out of my hat one month. Like, even though it's all her, and she's an incredible, incredible rock star, but we've been, developing this relationship for several months, and she decided that she was finally ready. And so we got her signed up as a coach on April 1st. She went Emerald in her very first week of being a coach. I got her in our Emerald in a Week training, and she went for it and went Emerald and signed up her husband and her mom. She hit SC 18 in her first month, tied me in my, almost 2 years. And let's see, signed 5 coaches last month. You have 5 PS coaches?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Working really hard towards Diamond. She's already got a plan in place to build her husband to Emerald in order to get herself to Diamond. You lost like a ton of weight in the first month with PiYo and have an amazing physical transformation and the 3-day refresh. You did the 3-day refresh in PiYo and have been just getting amazing results. Like, she's a true product of the product. She shares her story unfiltered and so fearlessly on social media. And I'm so proud of her, because that is one of the scariest things, is really sharing those vulnerable posts that just if you feel like it's weighing on your chest that you want to share, but it makes you feel sick, you might throw up to actually put it out there to everybody, but she's sharing it and people are responding positively. So she's already changing a ton of lives. She is a leader in our challenge group already. She's helping me run a Shakeology group next week, and she's just a rock star. And so I'm excited she took off the gate like quicker than I did as a coach. So I've got my notebook here ready to write down all the notes I can from her too. So Renee.
Okay. Put this closer so you can actually see my face. Okay, so Summer and I kind of had the same thing. We, talked for a few months before she finally joined. This lighting is terrible. But we found each other on Instagram, and we're Insta buddies, and just, liking and commenting on each other's posts. And we're both moms, and she has an adorable little girl, and I just loved following her page. And she lives in like gorgeous Florida, so I saw all these beach posts and was super jealous. And I had invited her to the coaching opportunity because some of the things that she would post, I just could tell that she would make an amazing coach. And she was a little bit hesitant for a little while, and I just, kept talking to her, and we kept building that relationship. And then I followed up with her, and she finally signed up on March 11th. I just looked that up. So 2 months, less than two, just about 2 months on Thursday that she'll be coaching. And she hit Success Club her first month. And I think you added, how many coaches did you add, Summer? Like 7 or 8 coaches? Or well,
I'm up to 8.
You're up to 8 now. So she is 1 emerald away from going diamond, and she's going to get there because she's got some people under her that are going to be builders, and we're hoping Debbie is going to be one of those here pretty soon. And last month she hit Success Club, so her second month she did. So 1 more month and she'll be a Success Club starter and get her free ticket to Summit next year. So awesome. She hit, what was it, SC12 last month?
Yes.
Yeah, SC12. And she has sold so many, 21-day fix DVDs, even without the challenge pack, but she's gotten so many people set up on, their fitness and gotten them started and plugged into the group. She just ran a Shakeology group last week and killed it, and she did a way better job than I've ever done in a Shakeology group, and just did such an awesome job. And so I'm super proud of her. I'm super, super happy to have her on our team, and so glad that she joined us because she's just seriously been killing it and doing so awesome.
And both of these girls are making the investment to come to Summit with us this year. So I have no doubt that they're, both going to earn their free tickets for next year's Summit, but they have made the investment that they're going to come and invest in us. And so we'll all get to meet and hug in person. Oh my God, my kids are melting down. Okay, I'm muting.
That's so exciting. I'm pretending to not think about Summit and not being able to go right now. But anyway, okay. So there's a little bit of rundown about these 2 incredible young ladies. Do one of you just really excited and want to go first?
I think we decided I was going to go first, right?
Awesome.
I wasn't wanting to go first, but do you mind if I do? Because I'm ready. I feel really excited, and I feel like I need to get it out, or if not, if I sit here, I'm going to explode.
Yeah, go for it. That's fine.
Awesome.
Yep.
Take it away, girl.
Renee, you guys, a little rundown. I actually, let me tell you about myself. My name is Summer Daniels, for you guys that don't know me. I live in Florida. My husband is a radiation therapist, and I stay home with my little girl, and she's turning 2 this month. So a little bit about me. Before I had my daughter, I really was into fitness. I would go to the gym every day, try to eat perfect, did really well with it. And then when I had my daughter, that really changed. I didn't care about what I ate as much. I was just grabbing whatever I could. I wasn't working out, and I saw the weight pile on. I got really depressed. I just wasn't me. And so it was about my daughter was 14 months old when I started like saying, okay, I need to do something about this. I'm miserable. I'm depressed. I just don't feel good about myself. I'm not who I am anymore or who I was anymore. So I decided to start going to a gym that was locally here, but I still had to drive about 30 minutes. And if anyone's ever done that before with kids, it's not very fun. So I would have to get my daughter ready, take her to daycare, go to the gym, do my own workout that I had no idea really what I was doing, and then get her out of daycare, go home, make dinner. And by the time I did all that, I was exhausted. So I did that for a little while, and I actually started looking at hashtags on Instagram one day, looking at like Fit Mom and that type of thing, and looking at Beachbody, and I ran across Renee's Instagram. And I messaged her and asked her some questions, and that's how we started talking. And but my husband actually a few years back had lost about 100 pounds with Beachbody before, but had never tried it before. So I knew of it. So we got talking, and I decided to go ahead and try it. And guys, it's changed my life. I tell everybody that I prayed for two things during that time. Sorry, I'm going to cry. That I would find friends, because after you have a daughter, you know, people kind of back away, and that I would be able to make an income living at home. And God answered that through Renee, and I'm so thankful. So anyways, after I signed up, I was very, very excited, and I was, poor Renee, I bug her to death, but I was, right when I started, I was like, Renee, like, I want to do this, I want to share with everybody, like, I'm so excited, you know, what do I need to do? And she was like, take a few days and think of your why. So I started thinking about my why, and for me, it was for my family and my daughter to see me live a healthier lifestyle and to be able to make somewhat of an income from home. And so then I started sharing my story. And for me, it was kind of hard at first. And I actually remember the first time I posted something and nobody liked it. Like, I put my heart out there and nobody liked it. But then, like, an hour later, a girl messaged me. She was like, girl, I know how you feel. I'm there right now. Can you please help me? And then that was enough for me. Like, I was just like, all right, this is what I need to be doing right now. So my first month, I shared my story. I did 21 Day Fix, and I had amazing results with 21 Day Fix. And I posted my results, and everybody was like, I need to do what you're doing. So, you know, I was talking to people, and everyone that was messaging me, if they were saying you look great, if they commented on it, if they liked it, I was messaging every one of these people saying, thank you for supporting me. Thank you, you know, for following me, and just letting them know that I'm thanking them. And it turned into a conversation, and most of those people signed up. So my first 30 days, I actually did a giveaway, which was really helpful for me because I did not have Facebook before. When I met Renee, I hadn't had Facebook yet. So I started a Facebook, and I didn't have very many followers. So I actually did a giveaway, and that was amazing. I had a lot of people follow me. I think it said it reached out to 5,000 people. So I had a lot of people that I was able to get interest from there. I messaged them all, talked to every one of them, and then that's where I did my 5-day Shakeology group from them. So for me, it's been really helpful. I've been just pouring my heart out there, sharing it with people. For me, my husband says to brand myself. And for me, that is being a mom that stays home with my daughter And if anyone has seen my videos, my daughter's on top of me the whole time I work out. And that's real life for me. That's how I get my workouts in. I don't have the luxury of having somewhere to go and work out. I have a little living room that I have to work out in. And I think that, someone will be able to look at them and be like, wow, I can do that. I can work out in my tiny little living room too. So let's see what else I wanted to talk about. Sorry, I got really excited and I just kind of kept going. Whenever I signed up with Renee, I did the sneak peek to coaching after I had signed up. And I remember some things that stuck with me, and they stick with me every single day. And one of them is to be consistent. I hear that in my head every single day, to be consistent, to drink my Shakeology, to post my workouts, to post my food, to, not every day do I post 5 times a day, but to post 3 to 5 times a day. And to be a product of the product, to do the workouts, to show that they work. For me, they have worked so well and so fast. I'm just like trying to tell everyone it works, and I want everyone to do it. So I get really excited about that. And I've been sharing my journey, the ups and downs of it. Some days I don't feel like working out, and some days I'm ready to go up at 5:30 a.m. and want to work out. So let me see what else. Sorry. My personal development. That's been a huge factor for me because, like I said, I was really depressed and just really down because we moved somewhere where I didn't have a lot of friends where we were. I'm originally from West Virginia. I'm in Florida now. And if you guys can't tell from the accent, but, so I didn't have a lot of friends. And for me, I just, the personal development made me a better person too. It made me, have the happiness shine out, to know that I can be more and be better and just do better for myself. So that's been a big deal for me. The shakes also, I have been without mine for a week because I'm out right now, and I can tell, I have been wanting a snack. I'm wanting my shakes so bad, but just sharing people the benefits of Shakeology has been really helpful for me. To let them know that it's not just a protein shake, that it's everything you need every single day. What else? Yeah, Renee, you're so right. I remember that now. Does anybody have any questions? Because I feel like I just read through that really fast.
No, I loved everything you said. I was going to, and if anybody else has questions too, please feel free to say it in the chat and then, or unmute yourself. So I'm just wondering, how many, what is do you have a power hour, outline that you follow? Is there something that you do every single day as far as messaging people? Or are you just focusing right now on just sharing your journey? And then if people message you, what's your game plan there?
Every single day I try to add new people onto my Instagram and my Facebook. And that's another thing too. It's so important to me. I was telling Renee this, that you hashtag everything you post, because for me, I found Renee through hashtagging. I would have never found her if I wasn't looking at those. People look through those. I turned my Instagram from private to public, and I think since then I went up to 100 people within the time I've been doing it from hashtagging. So I try to add new people every single day. I comment on other people's posts that are, that I know that are trying to work out and get healthy, because I'm trying to build those relationships. I'm not trying to message them and all of a sudden just be like, hey, you should join me, So I'm trying to build relationships slowly. And also, even whenever I message people or they message me, I try not, even though I want them to do the challenge package, I don't push that on them. If it's not right for them, then the DVD set's fine for me. Like I don't over half of the people I have signed up are DVD sets because it's not right for them right now. But some have already turned over, you know, to doing Shakeology or doing the on-demand. So for me, I know that it will work out in the long run, but I want to do what's best for them because they're not going to stay with me if I'm just pushing on whatever I think's best for them.
Exactly. I love it. Did anybody else have any questions for Summer? No. So what personal development are you reading right now?
I am reading 2 of them. Well, the Gratitude Diaries I go between because that's the one I forgot. Renee got me hooked on that one. I can't think of the other one I'm reading right now. I'll go get it in a second and show you guys though.
You're good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing and totally getting vulnerable with us. I cried right along with you because I know how you feel, and that's where I was. And so you know, it definitely reiterates to me that there are other Haleys out there, because you sound like a Haley like 2 years ago. So I'm so glad you shared with us, and I'm so excited to have you on the team, and just seeing your success and just your positivity and enthusiasm on the page has been really uplifting to me, as I'm sure everybody in here can attest to. So thank you so much for sharing, Summer. And if there's something you forgot and want to add, you know, by all means, put it in the chat or unmute yourself later, because I know whenever I had the opportunity to speak on a team call the first time, like I'd get done and I was like, oh shoot, I forgot like the most important thing I was going to say.
Like,
so,
I had to go. And then I don't think I really looked at them that much, so I'm sure I'll.
You're good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. All right, Jordan, are you ready, girl?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay. So my lighting's terrible. I'm sorry. I look like a ghost, but anyways. So a little bit about me. My name's Jordan. I live in Southern Illinois. Yeehaw. I am a nurse. I have 2 children, a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. And me and my husband both work right down the road from our house at a maximum security prison. So that's fun. I'm a nurse. He's an officer. So that's a whole nother story, though, a different day. So a little background on me. I'll try and keep it short and sweet because I like to ramble. I said that earlier. I have been a yo-yo dieter, a yo-yo waiter, if you will. My weight's always been up and down and up and down. And I'm only 5'3", so like you put on 5 pounds on a 5'3" person, like you can tell. Okay, so so I've always been up and down through high school, through college. After I got married, it was crazy. Then when I got pregnant with my first child, from the time I got married to getting pregnant was only 3 months. So from when I got married to the time I had my child, total, I had gained 85 pounds with my kid, my first one. After I had her, I breastfed her, which helped, but I wasn't working out. I wasn't eating good. I had lost like 65, and then I got pregnant again with my second. So I went right back up to where I was when I had my first one, and again was back up to 208 pounds on a 5'3" person. It's not pretty, and it was not healthy by any means. So I mean, my self-esteem, like I always try to smile, but my self-esteem was like in the toilet. It was horrible. I didn't feel good about myself. Kind of like Summer said, like I felt like I had no friends because I had 2 babies, and you know, 23-year-olds don't want to hang around someone who has 2 babies. All right, I'm just going to tell you. So that was hard for me. And then also being a nurse at a prison, like I just felt like a piece of meat, you know, and it was just, it's horrible. Like from the inmates and the officers, like you wouldn't even believe, like, but anyways. So my mom actually was a discount coach for the Shakeology for the longest time. And I never wanted to try it when I was pregnant or when I was breastfeeding my kids. She like wasn't actively coaching, so she didn't like push it on me and say, you know, you can do it while you're breastfeeding, whatever. So after I had my second kid, I started to drink the Shakeology, but I wasn't consistent with it. So I did that for like a year. And so I actually thought about quitting the prison and got an office job as a nurse. I thought that would be so much better for me, less stress. I'd have office hours, weekends off, things like that. No, that was horrible for me. I gained a ton of weight. Like last year from February to June, I gained like 25 pounds. It was horrible, so stressful. So then finally, after, like Logan said, I had been talking to her since like the previous September. So like a total of 8 months, Logan worked on me and worked. Okay, I feel so bad because like it took me so long. But so finally, I decided that this was the only way that I was going to keep myself accountable was if I did it. If I became a coach, and whether I led other people or not, you know, I had to do this for myself. So April 1st, I signed up. I did the 3-day refresh, like she said, and then I jumped right into PiYo. I love PiYo. I am now the smallest I have been since before I got pregnant. And that's like a big thing for me, working where I work and just being out in the community because I live in such a small place, you know, so everyone knows you and everyone saw me at 208 pounds after I had my kids, and it was hard. So now I can go to the grocery store and people stop me and say, oh my gosh, you look so good. You know, whatever you're doing is working. And I say, hey, I can talk to you about that. Just, you know, hit me up later or whatever. But it makes you feel good, you know, when people can notice that you're putting in the work and, you know, it's paying off. So I feel so much better now that I am consistent with my Shakeology and my workouts. It really does pay off to be consistent like that. Like Summer said, that's a huge thing. You have to be consistent with everything you do, not just in the business aspect, but in your life. Like you got to be consistent. I joined first off, like, for the discount and to keep myself accountable, but now it's like starting to grow into something so much more for me. You know, I've added coaches and I've added customers, and like Logan said, I made Emerald the first week, which like might have blown her away, but it blew me away too, you know. And I'm working on Diamond. My goal is to get to Diamond before we go to Summit. So hopefully I'll get there soon. I made Success Club 18, like she said, my first month. That was mostly my hot market people, a few warm market people, but it was a lot of like family or close friends, you know, things like that. So like I'm super proud of Success Club 18, but it's like anyone can do it. Like all of you can do Success Club 18. Okay. It's not a secret. Like you just got to hit those hot warm market people right out of the gate, and you know, you can do it too. So I don't know if any of you like do any of the training sessions with Summer Tucker. She's fantastic. I love her. I love watching her videos because she gets so enthusiastic. But I've watched several of her videos here lately, and I wrote down so I wouldn't forget. But some of the things that she has said that have really stuck with me are fear and love cannot live in the same place. So you can't love fitness and love nutrition and love Beachbody and fear to put yourself out there at the same time. She says, you have to break the agreement with the fear, or you're never gonna go anywhere. So after I heard that, so I heard that. I talked to Leslie and I talked to Logan about posting my first transformation pictures. I am just like anybody else. When you do it the first time, I got up and I was like, Josh, I think I'm gonna die. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta take down. Oh my gosh, like having a panic attack. It was horrible. But I'm so glad I did it, because I posted the picture and literally within 5 minutes, I had 3 people message me, and say, holy cow, what are you doing? Teach me, show me, whatever, So, I broke the fear. I broke that agreement with the fear. And now I'm posting pictures like it's nothing, like brush off. It ain't nothing now. So once you get past that first one, smooth sailing from there. So if you're teetering on the edge, just do it. You just do it. We got your back. Nobody's gonna say anything because we got you. So a few other things she said, it's not your job to control what people think. That was a big one for me. And you're not the message, you're the messenger. So those were 2 other things that really, really hit home with me whenever I listened to Summer Tucker's training videos. So those are just a few things I took away from her. And then I go to church. I'm a Christian. So for personal development, I like to read my daily devotional. I read my Bible. I pray. And I was actually reading a couple of days ago, like before I did my power hour, to kind of get stuff ready for this. And I came across in Psalms 56:11, it says, in God I have put my trust. I will not be afraid. What can man do to me? That was like, oh my gosh, that totally hit me for when I was preparing for this, because it's like, don't be afraid. I don't know if any of you are Christians or if any of you believe, but I do. And reading that, it was like, he's got my back. I don't even care anymore, So I'm putting it out there, and the Lord's going to help me, and I'm going to save lives, and I'm going to do what I need to do to save myself as well. And I just hope I can get other people on board to save them too, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, if so, So those are just a few things that stuck with me doing that kind of thing. So yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. I love it. While I'm thinking of it, you need to look at the app called She Works His Way.
Yeah.
It was actually created by one of our top coaches, Michelle Myers, who her husband used to be, or still is, a pastor. I'm not sure if he still is anymore. But anyway, so it's like short, quick, like 5-minute devotionals. But of a lot of them kind of, to me, they wrap up into what we do as coaches. She doesn't really ever say that because it's not an app for coaches. It's a daily devotional app. But anyway, so look into it. That's one that I like to read every morning. So I love it. And I'm kind of started the same way as you. It was my heart market the first month or 2, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. So what is your plan moving forward? Because sooner or later your heart market's going to either already all be your coaches and challengers, or it's not for them right now. Do you have like a game plan for the next couple months as you're kind of moving more into that warm market and those people that are just now starting to reach out to you?
Yeah. So fortunately, I actually have a really big family, so I haven't even hit all of them yet. But if I didn't have a big family, I do just like Summer said she does. I try and add new people to my Facebook every day. I try and post on my like page and share the post then on my personal page if it coincides well enough, you know. I've always been like, I say I always have been, but like the past months as I've been coaching, I've been like worried about coming across as annoying. And like that being said, so we all have our haters, you know, and like the naysayers. My own brother deleted me from all forms of social media because he told me I was being annoying. He's like, I don't need to know that you're working out every day and eating good food. And I'm like, fine, I don't even care. Like, delete me, you know? And I came across, it was, I'm going to call it fate because that's what we're going with, okay? So I came across on Pinterest this thing. I hope I can remember it right. It said something like, mock me, block me, join me, or something, but you're not going to stop me, you know? And so I sent that to him and I said, here you go, brother. Delete me. I don't even care, but I'm going to keep doing it. So if you ever add me on Facebook again, I'm still going to be there, even if it's 2 years later, big boy. So just bring it on. So, but yeah, I do my power hour while my kids nap during the day. And a big thing for me, this is also a Summer Tucker thing that I've learned, is don't make yourself available 24/7. That has been so hard for me because it's like 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night, I have somebody message me and I'm like, oh, I got to message them back super quick, you know, or they'll lose interest. No, that message is going to be there the next day when you do your power hour. Leave it. Don't even touch it. Now, like if Logan messages me or, you know, another coach like personally messages me, asks me a question, I'll respond, you know, when I get it. But if it's like somebody inquiring about what I'm doing, I try my hardest to just leave it until the next day when I do my power hour. Because another big reason I did this was so I could stay home and be with my kids. You know, so I didn't have to go to a gym and spend an hour driving there and back, an hour there. You know, I could be home. So I don't want to turn what I'm doing here into the reason why I started in the first place, you know? So that was a huge thing for me, like to just leave it for the next day.
Can I say something, Haley? One thing I love about Jordan, because, and I think Summer is like this too, but I've especially seen it with Jordan, is that, and this is like for all new coaches to take note of, is that Jordan is extremely coachable, like extremely coachable. And you guys, if you are going to be one thing in this business, please be coachable, because you can come in here and you can think that you're going to do it your way, or that you know what you're doing, or that, you know, you're going to try it this way or that way. But like, you have all these amazing coaches like at your fingertips, like Summer Tucker, like Logan, like Haley, like all these amazing people that are doing the things and are doing it in a way that can be duplicated. Okay. And that's the most amazing thing about this business, is that you can duplicate it and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I see Jordan on every single call that Summer offers, like every single call. And I'm sure if she's not on it, she's on a recording of it. And guess what happens when she's on it? Like almost like clockwork, the next day she's executing it. So not only is she watching it, the next day I see her executing it in her posts. So she's coachable, you guys. She's taking what she's watching and she's taking Summer's advice and she's doing it. Like, she's coachable. Like, she's getting it. She's listening, she's absorbing it, and she's doing it. And that's why she's going to be successful. And I love that about you, Jordan, because, I mean, I remember when we were in Dallas and we were like, oh my gosh, we get to listen to Summer Tucker. And we were like, oh, should we take notes? I'm like, yes, you should take notes. It's Summer Tucker. Are you joking me? You always take notes when Summer Tucker's talking. And we're like, yeah, like every time I have an opportunity to listen to her, I take notes because it's Summer Tucker. Like, you know, yeah, exactly. Right. That's your notebook. So my freaking 4-year-old knows Summer Tucker's name. Like the other day, she's like, Mom, is that Summer Tucker? Because I talk about Summer Tucker all the time. Like, she doesn't just know Summer. She knows, is that Summer Tucker, Mom? Because I talk about Summer Tucker all the time. Like, so I love that about you because you're coachable. And that's why you're rocking at this, because you're taking what you hear and learn and you're executing it. So I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks, Leslie, for sharing that, because I think that's so important, especially for new coaches, to know that it doesn't really matter how many calls you get on and how many YouTube videos you watch and, you know, different live videos you watch. It doesn't matter if you're not putting action into what you watched. If you just sit there and, you know, it's great that you make the time to be on calls or watch the videos or whatever. But if you're not putting into action what you've heard, you know, then those 30 minutes could have been spent better elsewhere. So I love that Leslie brought that up, because that is absolutely one of the reasons that Jordan has been successful this first month of her coaching business, whether she knows it or not, is because, like Leslie said, she's coachable, and she didn't come in thinking she already knows it all and knows how to do it. And she listens to what other people have done before her, and she, like Leslie said, goes and applies it. So I love that. And it's a good,
really quickly.
Yeah.
Logan. One of the, and this like stems exactly off of what you guys are talking about with being coachable, and, you know, as a brand new coach, it can almost be paralyzing, the amount of information that's out there. You can spend your life watching video after video and doing training after training after training. But if you don't take what you learn and actually put it into action, it's not going to go anywhere. So I was able to take my business in from my 1 year sign up as a coach, from a brand new coach to a 2-star diamond in a year, because I skipped that stop getting ready to get ready point. It's just kind of my personality anyways. I'm not, if you guys haven't taken that GEM test yet, let us know. It's been floating around in the team page, but it's really cool to kind of identify your personality. It's like a personality test. I'm not a person that is, super organized and, does every training to the T and everything. I'm one of those that gets in and kind of gets the vital information, and then I just start using it. And that's what gave me the momentum to really catapult my business in the first year. And it's exactly what Jordan's doing. She's listening to the trainings and she's taking in the information, and then she's putting it into action rather than just, listening and stop getting ready to get ready. She's implementing it, and Summer is implementing it. And that is what is allowing them to be so successful in their first few months as coaches.
Absolutely. I love it. I don't think I had any questions for you, Jordan. Did anybody else have a question for her or Summer?
I have a question.
Yeah.
How did you start following me in the first place? I've never asked
that too.
Yeah, I meant to touch on that and I forgot. So my mom started following Megan Ewaldson, for her videos and stuff. So she was like, hey, look at these videos. You gotta watch these videos. So I did, and Megan's great. I love her. And somehow through Megan, I think actually what it was Megan had a retreat of some sort, and you were there. And I'm like, I'm just going to check out all these people who went to this retreat. And by golly, I did. And I found you. And there you go.
Okay. Because that's exactly when I remember having our first conversations, because we were in South Carolina with Megan doing our, it was a leadership retreat for Megan's downline coaches who, quiet. Okay, but he's not crying, so is he awake? Luke bonked his head. Okay. I think he's okay. He's awake and he's not crying. I'm a nurse. It's good. I'll go assess him in a minute. But I remember you first connecting with you because we did a coaching sneak peek while we were in South Carolina. And I remember either getting a message or a comment from you that you were interested in it. And that was like, that's the first connection that I can remember. So, okay, they totally line up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. I love hearing how people find people that don't already know each other. Okay. Well, if there are not any other questions, or Jordan or Summer, is there anything that you've thought of since, 5 minutes ago or whatever that you want to add to it before we hop off the call?
I think so.
Okay. Well, it was such a great call. I loved having you guys on. Both of you are absolute rock stars and are products of the product and coachable. And that is why you have been so successful and why I have no doubt that you will continue to be successful. I know myself, or I can't even talk right anymore, but I know that I got a lot of great nuggets that I need to re-implement into my business. Sometimes when you've been in it for a while, I'm like an old coach, not really, but 2 years, you kind of forget some of those things that made you excited when you started. And I tell Brock sometimes I feel like I'm like that 3-year-old, that 2-year-old or 3-year-old where, whenever the little ones start walking, they go, they have no fear, they fall, they don't care what people think. But my 3-year-old, she started wondering what people think about her, or she's afraid to do things because we think about it too much. And that's what I feel like now. And so I love hearing from new coaches because it reminds me of that fearless fire that, that I had and that I know I still have. But so thank you so much for the reminder. And I will definitely be using this and implementing it into my business. And so thank you guys so much for being willing to share with us tonight. And I know the other ladies on here and the people that'll watch the recording are going to get some great insight into how to get their business up and going or reignite it again. So I think we're good on time. And if there's no other questions or nothing else that needs to be said, we will call it.
Smile.
Oh.
Okay.
I never know where to look. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hopping on and hanging out with us this evening. I know an hour away from your family is pretty valuable, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to be with us. I'll see you guys on the team page, and hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Bye, y'all.
Bye.